Hi everyone. Today I'll be doing a tag, and it's called the Book Burger tag. An absolutely brilliant idea for a tag created by Ryan over at Ryan Reads Books. I'll put a link to his original video in the description box down below. So the idea is to build a burger made out of books. And I have a list of ingredients here, so I'll be referring to my notes from time to time. And let's go ahead and get started. It says, first we need a bottom bun. Choose the first book in the series that you love. I had to go with Dead Witch Walking by Kim Harrison. This is the first book in the Hollows series, and it's a urban fantasy series for adults. Absolutely brilliant, one of my favorites. You've probably heard me talk about this numerous times on my channel. It's about Rachel Morgan. She's a white witch at the beginning of the series, and where we are at the moment, I think it's book 11, entitled Ever After. She's gone through quite a transformation. There are really engaging, interesting characters, all sorts of creatures from the paranormal realm, from werewolves to vampires to pixies, demons, just about everything you'll find in this book. And I love her character. She's witty, very strong, and just fascinating series. Highly recommend that. Now we need the burger meat. Choose a meaty, thick book that you've read and enjoyed, 400 plus pages. And I decided to go with a book in my favorite genre, which is dystopian, and I picked Partials by Dan Wells. This is the first book in the Partial sequence, and it's sort of a mix between Battlestar Galactica and Terminator. It's about these engineered organic beings called Partials, and Earth has been decimated by a war with them. We created them sort of to fight in wars for us, and when they tried to integrate with society, humans kind of fought back, and that created this war. And now the Partials, at the beginning of the book, had unleashed an RM virus, which sort of it kills off any newborn babies. They don't survive more than a few weeks or so. So the human population is very decimated, and they may not survive. It seems like the only hope of survival lies with the Partials, their enemies. So really, really great series. Can't wait to see what comes up next. Fragments, I believe, is the second book. It's already out, sitting upstairs, waiting for me to read it. So that's my meat. The next one is, now we add a thin slice of cheese and lettuce. Choose 2 thin books, one you've read and enjoyed, and one you want to read but haven't yet. 200 pages or less. So this was kind of hard, because most of the books I came across in my collection were over 300 pages at least. So I did manage to find 2 to fit the purpose. And the first one will be my slice of cheese. This is a book I have read, and it is We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson. It's an adult book, really, really thin. This is 146 pages, which I don't think you'll be able to see. And just really, really good, creepy novel about a family. Most of the members of the family were poisoned, and the oldest daughter, this one here, was sort of charged but acquitted of the murder. But the whole town that surrounds them, basically all these people in this cover, are very suspicious, and they don't like this family. They want them out, and the other sister is a very, very creepy character, and you find out a lot about her, and yeah, I definitely recommend this one. I did a review on that one. You can check it out on my channel. Now for the lettuce, which is a book I haven't read, and it's appropriately green cover, so it's funny how that worked out. But that would be Dolly, A Ghost Story by Susan Hill. This is the author of A Woman in Black. This particular one is, again, I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but it's 153 pages long. Perfect green for lettuce, and it's just an adorable little book. It's got a wonderful cover. It's actually a raised surface. It's this really creepy looking doll there. And I've heard it's really good. Good ghost story. Kind of saving it for Halloween, but I don't know if I'll be able to, as I really want to start this one. Next one. Time for a nicely sliced tomato. Choose an average size book you loved, or one you hated, between 200 and 400 pages. For this, I decided to go with one I loved. And again, in my favorite genre, which is dystopian, and this book is amazing. If you haven't picked it up, it's the first in the series. And it's Unwind by Neil Shusterman. Creepiest dystopian series where the parents, it's sort of like abortion is forbidden, but parents can decide, I forgot what ages. Between the ages of 13 and 18, the parents can decide to have the child unwound. So what it means is all the organs are separated. Everything is taken apart and utilized elsewhere. If someone needs a heart, the heart goes to that person. They need eyes, it goes to that person. So they're literally taken apart, unwound. and it's actually described in a scene within this book, and it is the creepiest, horrific thing I've ever read. But it's fascinating. The characters were great, very well written, very well paced, and the second book is amazing. So I'm anxiously awaiting the third book. Now, it says, now you add a sauce that you've never tried before, and you don't know if you'll love it or hate it. Choose a book that you thought you'd love, but hated, or a book that you thought you'd hate, but loved. I went with the one that I thought I would love, but I ended up hating the book. This is a middle grade book, and it's entitled House of Secrets by Chris Columbus and Ned Vizzini. This is just an advanced reader's copy. It doesn't say anything about pages. Yeah, this one, I really thought it was going to be like a typical haunted house type book. New family moves in. It's a house owned by some interesting character. It's fully furnished. There's a lot of secrets behind it. But then it just sort of detoured and got kind of gross. It seemed a bit too advanced for a middle grade book. Some of the scenes within it were absolutely horrific. They talk about vivisection. The main characters are like shot at. One gets his ear shot off. Arrows through the chest. There's a young girl in there who is threatened with having her fingers chopped off and deep fried. The middle grade, seriously, I couldn't believe what I was reading in this book, and I really, really struggled to finish it, and not one of my favorites. And finally, we need the bun on top. To complete our burger, choose the last book in a series you are dreading the release of, or were dreading the release of, because you don't want the series to end. And for that one, picking the same one that Ryan picked, that's Light by Michael Grant. End of the Gone series. I have yet to read this one. This is next up on my list. And yeah, it's like, it's sitting there and wanting to be read, but also not, because I don't want it to end. I mean, I do want to know how everything wraps up. I'm dead curious about that, but it's been such a fascinating series. If you haven't picked it up, definitely recommend it. But yeah, I almost don't want it. I don't want it to end. So let me repile up my book here, and I will show you my finished burger. It's funny, this Dolly book is so small it could almost be a pickle. Okay, and that is my burger. So yeah, definitely a fun tag. Great idea, Ryan. Thanks for tagging me, and I'm gonna tag a list of people. I will probably put them here and also in the description down below. So if I haven't tagged you, definitely feel free to do it and link it up as a video response to Ryan's video. And if you don't want to film your own video, just put your burger ingredients down below, and we'll check those out. So thanks for watching, and see you next time. Happy reading.